Now on CoastTV News.
Milton's water worries. What a new study about sea level rise revealed about the historic district. Back Bay abandonment. Why a study into years-long issues in the Bethany area just isn't happening. Road closed. The months-long detours on Plantation Road in Lewis and the headache it's already causing. Holiday helping. 'Tis the season to give back to those who are hungry, where you can donate on Delmarva.
This is CoastTV News at 6.
Preparing for higher waters in the future. Good evening. I'm Madeline Overturf.
And I'm Mallory Metzner. Welcome to our news at 6. We have 3 troubling stories for you. Water on the rise on the coast. We begin tonight first with Milton looking into the future of high sea level rise.
Sea level rise is a common topic in towns along the coastline. Now the town of Milton is exploring what can be done to combat sea level rise in the Broadkill River. Live in Milton is Charles Reinert. Charles, you're in a spot that could already be impacted by rising waters.
Maddie, I'm standing in Magnolia Street parking lot, and according to a report that was done by an outside engineering firm, this could be a place in town that faces some issues with sea level rise in the future, which isn't entirely surprising considering we are literally right next to the Broadkill River. Now, for those who don't know, the Broadkill River is a tidal river that goes right through Milton. Now, tonight, Town Council is discussing the study and potentially voting on it as well per their agenda. Other places that were identified in this study are places like the library, Memorial Park, and the theater as well. And the Milton Theater says they already took steps to protect the theater for years to come.
Even if it's 50 years from now or 100 years from now, I mean, we definitely want the theater to be here for, even when we're long gone, so that it stays as a venue for future generations. That town council meeting is tonight at 6:30, right across the way here at the Milton Public Library. I'm Charles Reinert, live in Milton, CoastTV News.
A study which addresses coastal storm risk has been put on hold. The Delaware Back Bay study was being conducted by DENREC and the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers. According to the Army Corps, the study is too expensive, but as CoastTV News reporter Elisa Weber shows us, people in Bethany Beach say flooding help is needed immediately.
Matthew Cooney has lived in Bethany Beach his whole life. Cooney, who now manages a store in downtown, says flooding is a regular challenge.
I mean, it happens all the time, and honestly, it deviates, people getting into their homes, people getting into their businesses, just like normal flow of traffic. Like half a town of Bethany will be closed off, blocked off, and you can't even get to anywhere.
Bethany Beach and other parts of the state were told on November 3rd that the Back Bay study was placed on hold due to a lack of funding. The purpose of the study is to develop plans and strategies to minimize flooding and storm damages for coastal bay towns. Bethany Beach Mayor Rosemary Hardman says the town council is petitioning the government to find the funding and make the study happen so they can take action.
You just wonder if the legislators really care and if DENREC really cares, because if they really cared, they would want to invest the money to ensure that they can protect people and property and our agricultural land, which is so vital to the state.
One man who lives in Bethany Beach says the study is key to the survival of coastal bay towns.
Coastal towns generate a lot of revenue for the state, so you don't want to have a problem in the towns.
Bethany Beach Mayor Rosemary Hardman says that the Back Bay study is not only important to protect towns like Bethany Beach, but the entire state of Delaware as a whole. Unfortunately, people in Bethany Beach say that the negative impacts of flooding have become a part of their everyday life here. In Bethany Beach, I'm Elisa Weber, Coast TV News.
So what happens next? The agencies conducting the study say it was technically challenging and a pause will help reevaluate the best course of action forward. The Army Corps and DENREC may propose joint funding opportunities. In the meantime, Bethany Beach says it is asking people to send their feedback asking for the study to happen.
New tonight, the town of Milton is asking DelDOT to install a water on roadway sign at Cave Neck Road near Front Street for use by town staff when there is flooding right there on Front and Union. Right now, when the flooding happens, drivers head down Cave Neck Road off there and discover pretty late in the game that they have to turn around, making it a lot more difficult for larger truck traffic since there is nowhere to do that. Additionally, the town of Milton is asking DelDOT to enter a right-of-way agreement to allow the town to use that sign on the state-run road. We spoke with one person who says this would be very beneficial.
With a sign being up there a lot further before they get this far, that would be really convenient for everyone. You know, less traffic and less being lost.
Milton Town Council will present that resolution tonight at the 6:30 p.m. meeting.
We are taking a live look into Rehoboth Beach with our Boardwalk Plaza camera. Dark outside. I don't see anybody there on the boardwalk right now, but if you do head out, you're gonna need a light jacket. Our First Alert Chief Meteorologist Paul Williams joins us now with a look at our weather. Good evening, Paul.
Good evening, Mallory. Yeah, we're a bit on the cool side for right now, but it's normal for this time of the year for us to hold where we are. We're holding at about 59 degrees. Now, as far as our expectation for this evening, we're going to fall and stay in the 50s, about the mid-50s for most of the evening, till we get to about 10 o'clock with partly to mostly cloudy skies. Now, tonight is pretty typical. Now, the winds, I'm going to make it a little bit uncomfortable, but it's typical stuff because, listen, we got up to 64 for the high today. That's close to the norm. 47 for the low. That's close to the norm. But it probably feels a lot cooler because when you compare that to yesterday, we are indeed much cooler. Small craft advisory in effect off of the Sussex County coast as well as from Ocean City all the way down towards Chincoteague. And we have high pressure and control of our weather for right now, so we're staying pretty quiet. But now coming up this week, we're literally going to switch seasons, which each day. So I need you to get your whole wardrobe ready to prepare for dressing for this week because you're going to need it, Mallory.
Paul, DelDOT is now preparing for the upcoming winter season. The department is now doing its annual snow inspection. According to the agency, it has around 300 snowplows in its inventory across the state. Officials say they make sure all the equipment is ready for the winter season. DelDOT says it is still understaffed this year. According to DelDOT, it is down 80 positions. The agency says it's still looking for people for its snow volunteer program to help with snow maintenance on the roadways.
Also now, the 6-month closure of Plantation Road in Lewis began today. The dreaded closure is part of the larger 5 Points project. DelDOT says Plantation Road will be closed from Shady Road just west of Salt Marsh Boulevard, including access to the Route 9 intersection. Detours to reach the other end of Plantation Road, Route 9, Route 1 will take drivers on more roadways. DelDOT says the closure allows for them to add finishing touches to the new roundabout.
The city of Rehoboth Beach has hired its first city planner, Mary Ellen Gray. Gray started working with the city on October 23rd. According to the city, she is now overseeing the management of development plans for buildings, working with the Public Works Department for the planning of utilities for future development, and developing and coordinating zoning and subdivision regulations and much more.
The school choice application window opened today for Delaware families. In Delaware, the school choice program allows families to choose a school that best meets their child's needs. These are some important dates parents should keep in mind when they apply. The online school choice application will close January 10th at 11:59 p.m. The final day for the district and school to notify parents of invitation status is February 29th, and the final day for parents to notify the district and school of acceptance would be March 15th. According to School Choice DE, charter schools, vocational tech school districts, and magnet schools may continue to accept applications after January 10th to fill the remaining availability.
South Bethany is having its second marijuana meeting this week. The town says it will readdress recreational marijuana business and sale ban ordinance. At its last meeting, no action was taken and no public comment was held. The meeting is taking place on November 9th at 9 a.m.
Happening tonight, Millsboro Town Council reaching the next step with its proposed ban on marijuana sales in town limits. Council will hear the ordinance, possibly vote at the ban at its upcoming meeting tonight at 7. Rehoboth and Bethany passed similar ordinances banning marijuana businesses like retail stores and manufacturing facilities like that one you saw this summer.
Staying in Millsboro, construction workers are building a new police station for the Millsboro Police Department. This is on Railroad Avenue and Ellis Street. The new station will be about 13,000 square feet, more than doubling the size of the current station. It will feature separate offices for different departments, a private office for its victim services advocate, larger officers' quarters and more cells, and a training facility open for local organizations to book and hold meetings, as well as a basketball court donated donated by the town. Police Chief Brian Calloway says he hopes the new building inspires those interested in joining the department.
First, I hope it gets people engaged to want to serve their community. That's what the purpose of law enforcement is. So I hope that there are some new faces, maybe someone that's in the military, someone that's at college right now, that's looking to go to an upcoming police department that is growing, a town is growing, a town that's supportive, and they'll choose us.
Chief Calloway says he expects the department to move into the new station on January 1st of 2024.
The City of Milford and the Milford Parks and Recreation Department will have a ribbon cutting for the new pickleball courts and playground in Memorial Park. That park is located along the Riverwalk, east of South Washington Street and the basketball court. The ribbon cutting is expected to be held on this Thursday at 2 p.m. in front of the playground. The city says the public is invited to attend.
President Biden has been here along the coast this weekend at his Rehoboth Beach home. He went to church at St. Edmunds on Saturday. This morning, he boarded the Marine One helicopter at Gordon's Pond landing site for a quick flight to the Dover Air Force Base. Then he took Air Force One on another quick flight to the Delaware Air National Guard Base in Newcastle. While in northern Delaware, he attempted to make the case for pumping money into passenger rail. He arrived back to the White House around 3:15 this afternoon. And this brings us to our Coast TV poll. We want to know if you think that Biden will win re-election. Let's take a look at the updated results from the last news hour.
Take a look at your screen. So far, now a majority are saying yes, they do believe he will be re-elected. 42% say no. Only 2% though say it's too early to tell. That has changed quite a bit since we first ran this at 5.
That's right, and it could still change. If you haven't voted yet, you still can do so at coasttvnews.com or on our mobile app. We'll show you updated results on Coast TV News at 11.
And we have a lot more news to get to this evening.
DenRec announces key dates for November's hunting season, a popular hunt they are bringing back this month.
Now, we're looking for temperatures to stay normal for today, but listen, the temps are about to bounce around so much this week that you will have to use your entire wardrobe just to keep up.
Filling the trunks of cars and vans with food, how organizations are coming together to fight food insecurity ahead of the holiday season. We're back in just 60 seconds.
Get your new roof from All Exteriors now with 25% off your full roofing or siding replacement and free financing for 12 months.
Call All Exteriors for a same-day or Saturday appointment and get your quote on the spot.
Call All Exteriors now.
Sussex Technical High School is the multiple award-winning National School of Excellence, a national winner in career and technical student organizations, and home to state championship athletic teams. Earn both high school and college credits with dual enrollment partnerships and train in a career in one of our 18 technical areas. Sussex Tech uses state-of-the-art technology in conjunction with intensive classes as well as AP courses. Come visit our open house Saturday, November 18th. Presentations begin promptly at 9 a.m.
Need a roofing or siding repair? All Exteriors serves all of Delmarva with prompt, friendly service. Get that repair off your to-do list. Call or visit allexteriorsmd.com. Roofing, siding, gutters, and more. All Exteriors, all taken care of.
This is Coast TV News at 6.
Cars file in by the hundreds at this mobile pantry to receive food donations from the Food Bank of Delaware.
As Coast TV News reporter Tori Seagraves shows us, there's a great need for food aid in Sussex County, especially ahead of the holidays.
Cars line up and circle around Crossroad Community Church in Georgetown. Volunteers for the drive tell me this may be the busiest mobile pantry they've seen yet. Paula Gaiman has helped load food into the trunks of cars for the last 3 years. She says the turnout in Sussex County is overwhelming.
It's always long. It's always long, and there's always about 1,000 plus cars that come to every mobile pantry.
The food bank is handing out everything from apples to turkeys with a pan to cook it in. This pantry is the first of many to help lower food insecurity ahead of the holiday season, allowing people like Brenda Beebe to be able to have a Thanksgiving meal.
We got a turkey, which is great because that's always one of the hardest to get. It's hard for a lot of people to be able to afford everything that they need. So this really does help out a lot.
Pop-Tarts Stuff the Bus also began today to collect non-perishable food donations to feed efforts at the Food Bank of Delaware, like this pantry.
I mean, it just speaks to the generosity of our community, how folks really use that opportunity to give back, recognize that everyone should have something on their table for Thanksgiving. So it's always special to see those buses pull up,
making sure everyone has a reason to be thankful this Thanksgiving.
If you are unable to make it out to the Rehoboth Beach Safeway today, you can also take donations to the Milford Walmart tomorrow from 9 to 4. I'm Tori Seagraves in Rehoboth Beach, Coast TV News.
The town of Millville is planning to work with the Food Bank of Delaware to host a holiday food drive. The town says items that are needed are stuffing mix, canned fruit and vegetables, instant potatoes, cranberry sauce, and more. There is a donation box inside Town Hall to drop off non-perishable food. The drive will start on November 13th and go through December 8th.
Well, you take a look at where we are. 24 hours ago, we were warmer. We're warmer here, but we're colder here. And the way these temperatures are crazy and so opposite of one another, dramatic changes in the temps are coming up in the forecast. So don't go anywhere. I need to pinpoint it for you.
Hard workers need tough gear. Vernon Powell has the toughest and most comfortable workwear in the business. Work boots that work hard, like Timberland Pro, Carolina, and Red Wing, to Carhartt and Darn Tough socks. Only at Vernon Powell in Salisbury and Rehoboth.
Allergies aren't fun for anyone, especially when they work their way into your home. A professional air duct cleaning from Stanley Steamer can dramatically improve indoor air quality and significantly reduce indoor allergens. Installing our whole home purification system Restore will even help prevent the spread of airborne viruses and bacteria. If you want to significantly reduce allergy triggers in your home, call or go online to book a free inspection today.
Life is a commitment, a beautiful journey that teaches us all that just when you think you've got it made, you've got another thing coming. To which we say, bring it on. You've got a heart that needs a hand. We've got hands committed to saving hundreds of hearts each year. You want your life back? We've got your back, and your hips, and your knees. You're facing a monster? We've got heroes. Life gets off to a rough start? We've got this, and this, and this. You have fear? We have hope. You're facing a storm? Hey, storm, is that all you got? Because we've got more. More ways to help, more ways to provide hope, more ways to prove our commitment to you. And that commitment, well, it runs deep.
On the Jennifer Hudson Show, inspiring stories. I can do it! That's right! The biggest stars.
I love Jennifer!
Tuesday at 2 on Coast TV.
Moments like this, you're faced with an important question. If a ball lands in a cup and no one else sees it, does it count? You bet your sweet 5-iron it does. Somewhere to smile about. Ocean City, Maryland. Oh wait, he's still going. Okay. Nice.
WRDE First Alert Weather, brought to you by Ocean City, Maryland.
I'm not expecting any kind of severe weather, but the weather's going to be so back and forth today. It'll literally feel like spring, then like fall, then like spring or summer, then like winter. I mean, all that is happening this week going into this weekend. So hold on to your hats because we have a roller coaster ride for this week, if nothing else. Right now, the roller coaster is just taking off, so it's still level, okay? We have temperatures in the 50s. We're at 59 in Rehoboth and in Bethany Beach. It's 55 in Lewis, 54 degrees in Milton as well as Milford, and we're holding at 56 degrees in Millsboro. So that's pretty close to the norm. Now, as you take a look outside, we're looking pretty clear. We do have some small craft advisories in effect along the coast for 25-mile-per-hour winds or so. But aside from that, we're staying relatively quiet for right now, courtesy of a high-pressure system that's popping in and becoming more of a dominant aspect of our forecast. And it's going to keep it clear throughout most of the East Coast at this time. But when you take a look at what's been happening, for example, we've been climbing all the way up to like 72 yesterday. Now we dropped to 64 today, but we're going to start bouncing back and forth between like 70s and 50s for the highs for the next couple of days. Now, right now we're in the 50s. All right. So that's what it feels like right now. But take a look at how things are going to shape up with our forecast. And a lot of it is due to how the wind is flowing. Out of the south, warm, out of the north, cold. That's straightforward. So we're out of the southwest. We start off in the 50s, upper 50s to near 60s for a Tuesday morning. The afternoon, we become cloudy, but we're still going to stay warm enough at least to climb into the 70s. Wednesday, the winds are now coming out of the north. Dramatic change. We're looking for temperatures starting off in the 40s and then climbing into the 50s. So that's from 70s to 50s. Then we bounce back up again after that because now the winds come out of the south for Thursday. So you see how that shift in the winds is literally just changing things around. Now, if you plan on breaking your leaves this week, any one of the days are going to be fine because we're not expecting rain for Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday, but we are expecting a chance of rain on Friday. But take a look at how this is bouncing around. For example, on Wallops Island from 71 down to 62, back up to 71 for the high. And this is the warmer side of our forecast area. We go farther north, and it's even more dramatic. From 73 to 59 to South Bethany, then back to 71. Yeah, that's different wardrobe time, right? Same holds true for us in Cape Henlopen. So, and Dewey Beach, especially from 70s to 50s. And then don't forget, Friday, we are expecting a chance of rain. Now, we're not expecting any severe showers, so we're looking at light scattered showers in our area. Drizzle to heavy, drizzle to light rain for the most part, but nothing severe, just crazy drain on your wardrobe. Because look, we go from 75 down to 61, up to 76, down to 55. Now, by the time we hit Friday, we stay cold and then we start dealing with winter-like temperatures. Because look at this, 38, 35, and then 34. So pull out everything out of the closet.
Doesn't look right, Paul, but I know it is, so thank you. Many Delaware hunting season sports open in November. DenRec says openings include the popular general firearm deer season, also known as shotgun season. That starts this Friday, November 10th. DenRec says duck, Canada goose, and other hunting seasons open later in the month on November 20th.
A new website has been launched by Southern Delaware Tourism called Culinary Coast. That's the site you see now on your screen. The website aims to encourage visitation and tourism. The website's content includes restaurant and distillery listings, culinary events, farmers markets, and local specialties. It also showcases a blog that welcomes guest posts.
Delmarva Sports Network from the Wawa Studios.
Good evening, sports fans. We have state playoff action in boys soccer and field hockey starting tomorrow. But tonight, there's an NBA matchup that could divide Delmarva. An Eastern Conference clash as the Washington Wizards are visiting the Philadelphia 76ers. Last season, the Sixers and Wizards split their 4 matchups. This season, Washington has collected 1 victory in 5 games and is 0-3 on the road. In their last contest, the Wizards fell to Miami 121-114. The Wizards are hoping to end their 3-game losing streak and turn their struggling defense around as they rank last in the league with over 125 points allowed per game. On the other hand, Philly is riding a 4-game winning streak with a 4-1 record. Last game, the Sixers knocked off Phoenix by 12, and Tyrese Maxey dropped 22 points and 10 assists. Joel Embiid and Tobias Harris also had double-doubles in the win. Right now, the Sixers rank in the top 5 in the league in offense and defense. Philadelphia holds a 189-127 all-time edge in the head-to-head series with Washington. Tip-off is at 7 tonight from the Wells Fargo Center. And tune into the Delmarva Sports Network for those NBA highlights. Plus, tonight on the Final Score at 10:30 p.m., we'll preview this week's state playoff games, including our game of the night tomorrow, Del Mar Boys Soccer versus Tower Hill. That'll do it for sports. Have a great night.
Soaring Over the Shore is brought to you by Morse Roofing and Siding.
A small town with constant nationwide recognition, Berlin is one of the best places to be on the peninsula. 47 buildings in Berlin are on the National Register of Historic Places, and 2 blockbuster movies were filmed here, Tuck Everlasting and Runaway Bride. This land used to be the Burley Plantation. Colonial travelers are said to have stopped at the Burley Inn, and that's where the name Berlin is believed to have come from. The town's main street feels like a step back in time, but with modern restaurants and shopping. Berlin's website says in the 19th century, it became a popular spot for tourists who wanted to hunt or fish or stop on the way to OC. Once declared the coolest small town in America and on Smithsonian's top 20 to visit, Berlin is a small town with a big heart.
82, 86. What a nice commission for me.
So what do you think?
We're going to give you a free half a roof, give you new gutters, give you a gutter guard, give you a vacation for nothing.
Don't be fooled by roofing sales tactics. Remember, free isn't always free.
We climb and inspect every roof to provide an expert, honest opinion. Watch out for guys like this.
Serving Sussex County.
There's good.
There's better. And then there's Morse.
And that's Frank.
Download the free Coast TV First Alert weather app today.
Rural communities are on the front lines of a changing climate. Farmers can implement climate-smart practices that improve soil health, nutrient management, and energy efficiency. These practices improve our profitability, resiliency, and help to open new markets.
We know voluntary conservation works and are committed to working with farmers and forest landowners to leverage resources to increase climate resiliency through conservation practices. To learn more about climate-smart practices, scan this QR code to find your local USDA service center.
Fall savings are here at Alton Brothers Home Furnishings in Salisbury. You don't want to miss it. Find fall discounts up to 25% off, plus financing with nothing down. This two-piece sectional with Chase, just $38 a month, and no money down. Or this four-piece queen bedroom for just $32 a month, and no money down. Get the furniture you need now and keep your cash for the holiday during fall savings at Alton Brothers. Furnishing Delmarva for over 75 years. Have you been to Alton Brothers Home Furnishings in Salisbury lately?
Coastal Delmarva has so much going on.
Food, friends, fun, and more.
Why don't we just show you?
Coast Life, weekdays at 4 on Coast TV.
16 years ago, we founded Community Bank Delaware with the goal of providing high-quality banking services to our local community. Here you meet with decision makers, people just like you who live in and love this community. We provide the newest banking technologies to our customers, supported by our local team of banking professionals. Our bank serves clients throughout Sussex County, and we continue to grow, all thanks to you. Community Bank Delaware, where community matters.
Here's a look at your exclusive Coast TV 10-day forecast.
Well, thank you very much, and thanks for joining us here for Coast TV News at 6.
For more news and local weather, download our Coast TV News app.
The NBC Nightly News is up next.
We'll see you later tonight for Coast TV News at 11. Have a great night.